Well, hello. Thanks for dropping in to Chad Evans Entertainment. Today I'm talking about, as you see a keyboard here, technology. Now, I came up listening to Charlie Parker, John Coltrane, those kinds of things. Those kind of players, McCoy, and practicing 6, 7 hours a day, woodshedding, hard woodshed, right? And so when technology started coming around, I started seeing people playing with tracks and bands playing with no horn players up there, but I hear horns. I said, that's a sellout. I refuse to do that. But I started not making any money, so I had to figure out a way to make some money. Um, uh, if you're like me, I'm 63 years old, so I came up and I'm still at it. I'm not financially at that point where a lot of the players that you know of, they're doing gigs and traveling all over the place, endorsements and that sort of thing. Music's just like the NBA in a way. You have good players that made the NBA, and there are good players that did not make the NBA. There's just so many slots available. And the same with music. There's just so many slots available to make that type of money. But you can make a good living in music. You can do it. You just have to be creative and broaden your spectrum a little bit. Since I was a person that am not in the clique in any, some people get all the calls and that sort of thing. Well, I don't get calls. I had to make my own jobs. You had to make the phone calls yourself. But fortunately, a piano player, not a piano player, a guitar player friend of mine was going on a cruise ship for 6 months. And he needed a piano player. No one was available. But he needed someone to play left-hand bass because it was just going to be a trio. And so I took the job, and it was frustrating the first couple of months. But I started to get the hang of it, right? So it's like on-the-job training. And fortunately, that is what keeps me afloat today. For instance, see, there's a bass. I have my drum machine technology. I'll put my drum machine on my drummer on my gig. Like I had a gig earlier today by myself. I'm doing this. Yeah. So technology is something that I would say anyone with the same mindset that I had over the years, embrace it. Embrace mindset. Get involved with technology. Get involved with technology. Wednesday night I did a job with my iPhone. I had iReal Pro on that. If you're not familiar with iReal Pro, I suggest you familiarize yourself with that. And the GarageBand Live Loops. With GarageBand Live Loops, you can kind of choose the beat, and then after 8 bars, you might choose another beat that's going on. And at the same time, I'm hitting the keyboard, and then I'll play the saxophone on top of that. People like that. People love that, And when you're talented and you can do that, do it. I'm telling you, I struggle with that, trying to play everything. Sometimes you just gotta, if you want to make some money, you gotta get into what's happening in technology. So I'm really into it now. When it comes to computers, I still have a hard time. Like I did my website, it looks okay, but certain things you just got to get used to, and the world is going that way. Technology is where it's at. So that's my tip for the day. Anyone who's making a living and you're struggling, if you're a flute player, learn guitar or piano. If it's learn something chordal, and that helps your violin players. The piano players, guitar players. There are a ton of those around. But if you're a guitar player and play saxophone, or if you're a piano player and play saxophone, as myself, and flute, yeah. And you don't have to be that great on say your main instrument is piano, or your main instrument is flute or saxophone. That's great. My main instrument is saxophone. I play a little piano and play very little flute. However, like there's a song called Color My World by Chicago. And I sing that song, then I play the flute solo. I played the flute solo and everyone thinks I'm a flute player. I am not a flute player, but I worked hard on that song. So you can take one song on that instrument and it just brings variety to your performance, and people love that. People love that you are talented and you are working hard and you're coming up with different ways to entertain people. So that's my tip for today. Thanks for dropping in. My name is Chad Evans. Like the video and please subscribe. Well, subscribe if you like to. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much.